we use a lot of like organic sounds in our music. Obviously, we play instruments. I play the sax.
I
and the
wanted to
flute.
ask actually, how many instruments do you guys both play individually?
Well, live we kind of play 2 each, just because purely the physical sort of capabilities of carrying stuff around.
Yeah.
I got a flute which is about this big, and I got a saxophone which is about this big, and Dom's got double bass which is massive.
It's so funny. People always think that those decisions are so like thought out and like really mechanical, and it really all comes down to like, I got this much stuff, I like this song, that's why it's that sample. Everybody thinks it's like so mysterious.
when you're traveling a lot, it makes a big difference how much stuff you have.
Yes.
So with you. So I mean, we've kind of like pared it down to the least stuff we can do the most with, if that makes sense. So I play sax.
Whatever the airlines will let us take with us, basically.
Is there like a sort of satisfaction in that? The idea of like taking the sort of bare minimum of what you can literally carry with you, bring on the plane, and creating these fantastic shows all over the world?
Look, we'd love to have a team of leprechauns following us with tons of instruments, but it doesn't always work out like that.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day, yeah.
It'll be somebody's job to just be the cello holder.
I think between us we probably play about 10 instruments. I mean, in the studio we've got tons of other stuff, keyboards and
at various levels of competency. Let's be honest.
Guitars. Obviously, when I studied music, saxophone was my main instrument, so I kind of concentrated on that the most. I do play flute and clarinet as well, but not as well as the saxophone.
Dave also sings on quite a few of our tracks.
Really?
And plays guitar.
What about you? What do you play?
I play piano and keyboards, double bass, electric bass, some bad guitar, some bad drums, some bad backup vocals.
Okay, don't say that. I have a rule. You can only say positive things about yourself. Just say that you aren't the best at drums.
Let's go marginal.
Exactly. Marginal. Mediocre even.
Needs work. You're doing great.
Could improve slightly.
I got a gold star for my teacher. It's all good.
So you guys seem like you're really good friends, which is fantastic. Do you ever have any sort of moments where you clash when you're making things? Is there like a constant sort of compromise going on of like, all right, we'll keep that vocal sample. I don't like that drum that high. Is there a constant sort of like push and pull between the two of you? Or is it very like...
Happens. That definitely happens. But I think the main thing is Dave and I both want the same thing. And that's kind of what the agreement is between the two of us. We're both aiming for the same high standard. And maybe we'll get there slightly differently each time, but we're always ending up at that destination. And it also does help that there's only 2 of us. We've both been in, rock bands and all sorts of different kinds of bands. And when you've got like 4 or 5 different egos in a room, it can get really tricky.
Yeah.
And we kind of put our producer hats on most of the time.
It's kind of like being in a band. You can liken it to being on a horse cart, and each horse is sort of pulling from each side, and the only direction you go in is the direction of the strongest horse, but very slowly, because you have all the horses pulling in other directions.
Do you guys take turns being the stronger horse?
So, well, there's 2 of us. Generally, we're on the same side, going the same direction, so that helps.
Nice.
I think, like you said, we've got a similar. I think from the beginning, we kind of figured out that we liked the same kind of music, and that's kind of what brought us together. So that sort of put us in good stead for getting beyond those kind of like things where you kind of go like, oh, but I like this, or I like that, or I don't like this, and like sometimes you step back and you go like, okay, well, if someone wants to do that in a song, it's not the end of the world. If they really feel strongly about it, there must be a reason. So,
are there any songs that either of you didn't really like starting out, but as time went on, the more you hear it, the more you play it, the more the other person likes it, it kind of grew on you?
That probably has happened, but I actually can't think of anything offhand that kind of comes to mind like that. I don't know, Dave, you got anything?
When you're producing songs, you listen to things so many times that I think you kind of lose perspective of that, because you
end up hating the tune by the end of it anyway.
Yeah.
But even if you didn't like something at first, by the 30th time you've heard it, you kind of like, oh, you're singing along, even if it's kind of like weird.
Yeah, you've been brainwashed by your own music, basically.
Well, you guys are always working, you're always on tour, you're always producing. What do you guys like to do to relax? What's your idea of like an awesome night outside of music, outside of doing shows, all of that?
Well, we like surfing.
Oh, okay.
And,
is there good surf in Cape Town?
Very good surf. The water's very cold, but we have wetsuits, so that's fine.
Okay. I'm kind of wearing a wetsuit right now.
Yeah, kind of.
I think I can make this work now.
You just need a hood.
Yeah, exactly.
Cape Town, you need a hood. I think here in San Francisco, you need a hood as well. I think it's
I don't
pretty
know.
cool.
I would not surf here if I were you. I don't advise it.
Why not?
You know,
Very big waves, very big sharks. Very cold water.
very cold water. Maybe not the cleanest water in the world. I mean, I love San Francisco, but I don't know if you want to surf through it, having like surfed in Cape Town. I don't know if it's the best idea.
I don't know. I mean, San Francisco is known for some of the world's best surf. So
Really? Is it really?
If we had more time, we'd probably spend a bit.
I did not. You know what?
Ocean
San Francisco.
Beach.
I'm sorry. I did not realize that we had some of the world's greatest surf.
Some of it, yeah.
I had no idea. I wouldn't think that
Now
about
you
us
know.
at all. Yeah, maybe I'll get into it.
So we like to do that. We like to surf. You know,
I just started mountain biking actually.
There's mountain
Where I
biking.
live, we've got this like mountain with crazy downhill like routes, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
I think the other thing
And-
is we spend a lot of time in clubs. So when we're not gigging or on tour, sometimes the nicest thing you can do is actually just chill out at home with your friends and just do something normal.
We have a thing in South Africa called a braai, which is like a barbecue,
yeah,
but it's like a tradition. And you go and you
Everyone hangs out at somebody's
Comes out.
house, goes swimming,
Really?
jump in the pool,
burn some meat,
put
get
some meat on the
drunk
braai.
some
What are some
beverages.
other like traditions in South African? Because I feel like people
Biltong?
don't know a lot about South African culture.
Have you heard of biltong?
No, what's that?
Biltong is like
Beef jerky.
It's like beef jerky, but it's really awesome.
It's much
Is
better.
it? It's better than beef jerky. Well, how so?
It just tastes better.
Jerky's pretty much. Biltong's amazing.
I haven't had beef jerky since I was like 7, so I have no idea. I have no frame of reference at this
Yeah.
point.
Look, we've got like 11 official languages as well, so there's obviously
Oh, wow.
a lot of different cultures and different traditions, but the one that kind of unifies us all is the barbecue, the braai. Everyone kind of on a Saturday or a Sunday on the weekend or on a public holiday gets together with their family or friends, hangs out, burns some meat, as we said. Maybe have a few too many drinks. And then pass out in the sun. So that's kind of a South African tradition.
I think Dom might be referring to the fact that he's borderline narcoleptic and that he goes to sleep in the sun. So while everyone else is carrying on having a party, Dom's having a little sleep on the pool
Nothing wrong with a
lounger.
good nap.
You know what? I have a friend like that actually. She's here actually, and she can literally sleep anywhere. It's quite
He's
astonishing.
sleeping now.
Yeah, she probably is actually. We
I'm
probably
doing
put
my
her to
very
sleep at the
best
center
right now. I'm not falling asleep.
I had a double espresso before I came here, so I'm fine.
Oh, well, so you're ready to go. Well, my sort of final question, because I know you guys have to get to your gig at Audio. If you're lucky enough to be going, then good for you. If you missed it and it's sold out now, then I'm really sorry.
You really felt like you meant that.
I know. I feel like they felt it out there, right? Yeah. The last question I have for you: what do you want people to get from your music?
You know, I think we're kind of offering something different. Obviously, dance music has exploded all over the world, especially in America in the last few years. And what Goldfish has always been about is something kind of just beyond the kind of normal dance music. We kind of try and bring a warmth and an organic feel to it, and a bit of the human elements with the live instruments, songwriting. It's not just about the drop. You know, it's hopefully like got something a little bit more.
You heard it here first, people. It's not just about the drop.
It's dance music for your soul.
Oh, that's great. I
We'd
love
like
that.
to think so.
Well, I think so. I definitely felt a lot of soul inclinations when I was listening to it. It's absolutely fantastic. What about you? What do you want people to get from the music?
Like he said.
We're going with that. Come on, guys.
But you see, he said all the good stuff. Now I have to make up new stuff, you know. So like,
That is pretty much it, though. We really do feel that.
well, yeah, that and you know, I think most of our music's kind of uplifting in some sort of way. You know, I think we generally kind of happy guys, so we make not like happy music, but it's generally uplifting in some reason. And you know, it's music is one of the best forms of escapism in the world, and it's probably the healthiest form. You just listen to it, unless the music's too loud, then you go deaf. But
Which I'm almost there. They keep telling me I should get earplugs.
Yeah, the
Do you
what?
guys have earplugs, by
I
the
do,
way?
yes.
You have very nice, like, custom ones?
yes, I got these
Do you
little
want to
ones.
shout out any earplug, like, manufacturers?
Well, you'd have to go to Cape Town to get them. So
Oh.
they're molded ones. They have to stick this funny stuff in your
Really?
ear, and they mold it and everything. And
Oh, well, they don't have, like, an online store or something?
I think it's kind of personal.
I think you have to
Oh,
go
it's like
there.
a person. Oh, so
So
you don't
they
want to let go of the secret of like the earplugs.
No. They actually stick stuff in your ear and make a mold.
Oh, it's like
of your ear.
it's like a special order thing.
Special, yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
They're pretty much in every city, so everyone who is into dance music should probably get some.
Okay, yeah, no, I feel like I probably should. I feel like I always end up next to the speaker somehow.
Yes, get some earplugs, definitely.
Goldfish says, get some earplugs.
Thanks, guys. I
cool.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. Come back anytime and stop by Synergize. Thank you all for watching. Whoever's watching, we appreciate you. I'm Denayja Reese, a.k.a. the girl with that laugh. This is Goldfish, and we're out. They're going to play a show.